Hey, Dustin Tibbetts here, financial advisor, which it says right there, Dustin Tibbetts, jazzwealth.com. There you go. Never saw that before. Hey, I got a quick one for you. I'll give you something interesting that you can do with this too. I promise you. I'll share something with you that I bet you nobody's told you about a loan on your 401k. A lot of people switching jobs. Some people just not going back to work, right? You know how things have gone lately. And according to Vanguard, apparently 13% of people have a loan on their 401k. The average balance is like $10,500, something like that. Well, I get the question a lot. I'm leaving my job. Can I roll over my 401k? Do I have to leave the loan part? Then I roll over the rest? Can I not roll over any of it? Is there any penalty if I just don't want to pay the loan back? Let's explain this really simply here. When you leave your job, if you have a loan against your 401k, yes, you do have to pay it back. So oftentimes they give you a window to pay it back. Otherwise, the 401k plan provider will send you essentially your tax form saying you did not pay this back, therefore we count it as a distribution. Well, if you're under 59 and a half, all of a sudden you might have the 10% penalty. You're going to owe taxes. You go, oh my gosh, right? So when you leave a job, it's always best to go ahead and just pay back the loan if you can. If you can't pay it back, many plans will let you make payments. I think the latest thing from Vanguard was like 25% of 401k plans now allow you to continue to make payments. You cannot roll over your 401k until you make good on that loan. Very rare that any 401k plan says, take the rest of it, but you got to leave what you're paying back with your loan. That's extremely rare. I don't even remember the last time I heard that. Anyways, so a lot of plans will let you keep making payments. That's ideal because you had like maybe a 5-year loan. Remember, I should say this too. In a 401k, you can borrow up to 50% or $50,000 of your 401k, right? So if you had $100,000, you could borrow 50. If you only had $20,000 in there, you could only borrow $10,000. You can't use the 50%, right? Whatever number's lower. So a lot of people had a plan for that. I took it out. I bought some real estate. I did something with it. My life went to financial ruin. And so I got that loan. Things are better now. I'm making the payment. It's a 5-year loan. Usually in most cases, the interest gets paid back to you, yada, yada, right? So number one, if you can make the payments back to the plan, that's the most ideal. What if you can't? If you can't make the payment, then whatever your balance is, that gets, like I said, counted as a distribution. It's not the whole thing. Let's say you took out $25,000, you've only got $5,000 left to go, and you're like, I can't pay it back. I don't want to pay it back. Well, the $5,000 gets counted as taxable income. You'll pay a 10% penalty, so $500, and that's how that works. Now, let's say the data here says that people that make between $75,000 and $99,000, 23% of them have a loan on their 401k. And the average is about $12,000. So let's say that you leave your job, you got a $12,000 loan left, and you can pay it. You have the money. Maybe not right now, but you will have the money. Maybe the new job gave you a bonus. Here's a trick. You're actually allowed to pay it back to a different plan. You don't have to pay it back to them, the 401k company. Now, they'll send you the distribution. You're going to get that and everything. But you're allowed to pay it back to a qualified plan, like an IRA. And nobody really realized this until 2020 when we had COVID, because the government said, hey, that $50,000 or 50% limit, we're going to raise that to $100,000. And then I did a video on this. In the fine print, they said, oh, and by the way, if you take a loan for $100,000 from your 401k, we won't even require you to pay it back to that plan. You could pay it back to your IRA. So a lot of clients said, I hate my 401k. I'll take it out. I'll put it right back over here immediately as a COVID repayment. And there we go. We're good. I made good on it. But now I have the world as my choices of investments and things like that. The same thing works for a normal 401k loan. It's just something that doesn't get talked about. You could take a loan out for $25,000 and then say, I'd like to repay it back now. I'm going to repay it back to my IRA. It's a rollover of a loan payment. It's not really too complicated to do. So nobody really talks about that one there. I hope that helps you out. Also, friendly reminder, if you're still watching this video, if you took out the $100,000 during COVID, you have a 3-year window where you can pay it back sequentially if you want to. Don't forget, All right, if you're making those repayments once a year, or you've been waiting for the markets to fall and kind of do that, just make sure it counts as a COVID rollover and not a normal deposit. You're getting kind of some trouble there. But anyways, I'm rambling now. I just thought I'd share that with you. Real quick concept of the 401k loan. I hope I answered everything there. If not, leave us a comment below. We'll see if we can get somebody to help you. Otherwise, check us out at Jazz Wealth. If you're rolling over a 401k, maybe it comes to Jazz. I don't know. You know what I mean? We're over here. We work with all sizes, people, whether you got a lot of money, a little money. We don't mind. We'll help everybody. So check us out at jazzwealth.com. There you go. Marketing for you. Have a great rest of your... You made it to the end. That's awesome. Well, if you want to check out more geeky stuff, be sure to check out that video over there. Also, if you could subscribe, that really help us out. We're financial advisors that love to teach, and you'll find all kinds of free stuff on our videos. And remember, keep your dough straight. Yeah, I did it. You did. That was it.